So I was always interested in making educational videos, mostly about history, science and philosophies. I don't even have a problem to talk about politics if it comes to mind, but if I want to make videos like this, I should address certain beliefs I have, otherwise the video wouldn't be transparent and understandable. And one thing which I haven't really spot people talk about that much in the schemes of politics, those who read the title of the video already knew, the relevance of political left and right. Because I pretty much hate these two terms.
And except this video, I refuse to use them in the future.
And then it struck me. I should make a video about it and explain why I think so, hence why I'm doing this video now. Anyway, there are three main reasons why I think so, and those are: the terms of political left and right are outdated as fuck, they are frequently inconsistent in their meaning, and finally, I think their usage by media is actively damaging. It causes division and meaningless conflict between people, but we will get to that later. Let's start from the beginning. In the age of French Revolution, right before the shit really hit the fan, National Assembly was called in order to make some desperate reforms. The folks who sit on the left side advocated for changes. They were the liberals, the leftists if you will. The folks who sit on the right side in oppose were for keeping the status quo. They were the one who are now known as the conservative right-wingers. And that's pretty much it. The epic story how we get these names. And it may be a shocker for you, but life in 18th century was fundamentally different than it's now. You had to acknowledge that despite the left was called liberal, the changes they were advocating for would be considered by far right-winged and conservative, but more on that later. And conservatives of the time were completely different too. Keep in mind that divine right is still a thing, so religion played a big part in their way of thinking. You can argue that religion is a big part of conservatism now too, but they are conservative people who I personally knew and they are not religious at all. That's because being conservative doesn't particularly mean being religious, which is a thing apparently many young people fails to understand. So yeah, these terms are old and little bit grumpy, but things over time shifts and changes so they can fit into the modern age. And that's absolutely correct, but it raises the question how much a thing can be changed so it could be considered as the same thing. Or in this case, how much thing can change so it would still make sense. Let's imagine you are that capitalist pig who won't exploit those poor kids in Cambodia so you can use them for a child labor. Now, it's your time, kids. Use your meme knowledge and tell me where on the political compass capitalists are. Yay, how smart you are! It's lib right! To reach this lovely goal of factories to the third world, products for consumers into the first one, you will need something what we call globalism, my friend. But wait, there is a catch! Globalism is apparently available only for the members who have the subscription in the team left. Why, you ask? Well, because of nationalists. Again, fellow Zoomers, try to remember in which corner of the political compass your stereotypical nationalists belong. Try to remember on the political compass memes you were revising yesterday. See, you can do it if you want to. It's out tutorial right! Speaking of right-wing nationalists, can you tell me what was the greatest thing brought to the game by those liberal Frenchies? Yup. It's nationalism. Despite many differences between leftists of the revolutionary France, the nationalism was a core idea which kept them together, actually even outlived them. And you can see it for yourself. If even the core idea, like nationalism by now, have made a complete 180, doesn't that mean that the whole idea of political left and right is flipped on its head? I know these changes come over time with rise of communism and fascism. The liberals of their time become the new conservatives, but this is not the point. The point is that the word left-wing simply means being pro-change, and being right means being moderate and try to keep the status quo as it is. Nothing more, nothing less. That's just how it is. There is no further meaning in it. There is no particular reason to use this anymore. I don't have a problem with things existing for no particular reason, but I have a problem when things cause harm and outrage in society for no particular reason. Thus we arrive to the third point. Okay, so I actually can understand why, for example, certain political commentators use these terms, like when they had to sort a questionable political party, so they just call it either left or right and call it a day. I really believe this is the case, and that even they don't believe in left and right, because if so, they wouldn't come with things like
radical centrism or third position.
I mean, I don't blame them, but then there is the populace.
And even if I'm just a 19 years old zoomer, I don't really think that these people know what the hell they talk about.
I would start with a famous person like Ben Shapiro. My personal opinion on him is more than neutral, but the left wing destroyed memes tell for themselves that here Ben really likes to accuse the left for being the cause of all evil. But don't laugh that much, self-proclaimed left-wingers, because you guys have some intellectual superiority complexes too, and accuse the right for the dumbest thing possible. Let's see some wise soy boys of the internet. What? Warhammer 40k have a far-right issue?
Oh no, even atheists are now alt-right conspiratories.
No fat community too, and oh no, not the fanboys! Okay guys, I don't know if this toilet paper is a cake, but I'm 100% sure that it definitely has some far-right issues. So what's the problem with people saying shit on the internet? I mean, for a spectator like me, it's actually a great fun seeing two tribes ripping the shreds from each other. But all of this create a division and distrust among people. All of this for some cheap clicks and internet goodie points. But this is what populists simply do. They need conflict so they can blame it on the other side and get some tension. The word left and right are like made for that. Just two sides. It's us versus them. Also a wide range of vaguely defined meanings and boundaries, as we already discussed it. These outdated terms are becoming more harmful in the world where anyone can broadcast its retarded takes on the subject matter. Let it be the climate change, cultural differences, or now recent Ukrainian war.
And it's one shitty take after another.
So how to fix it? Well, it's simple. We should call things what they truly are. And if someone uses shortcuts like left and right in order to demonize the other group, we should call him out for it. Not in a way like, for example, self-proclaimed leftist likes to call out Ben Shapiro or Jordan Peterson for some unknown reason. I mean, he's just a psychiatrist. But how we could call political parties like this one here? Well, don't go around the bushes and call them what they are: fascists. Also, you might ask what to do if people don't know about more complex concepts like, I don't know, libertarianism. Again, it's your job as the educator to explain in depth these concepts and not calling ANCAP far-right and classical anarchist left-wing commies. In conclusion, the political left and right were really just products of their time, which alterated into tools of populists who created spectrums like this, which even on the bullshit like political compass looks like a vomited spaghetti, and that we should educate ourselves and make fun of people who say otherwise. I don't say that everyone must adopt my opinion that usage of terms political left and right should be abandoned.
I'm actually curious on your opinion, guys, down in the comment section.
If you think the video gave you something, consider giving it a like or sharing it or smashing the sub button. It really helps the channel, and thank you for watching. This is the end of the video.